All right, let's dive into something pretty powerful today. It's a concept called the mirror principle. And it's this really transformative idea that your inner world doesn't just, influence your reality, it actually creates it.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever had that feeling where you're just working so hard to fix things in your life? Maybe it's your relationships, your career, your general mood, but it feels like nothing really sticks, right? You patch up one crack and another one just appears out of nowhere. It's exhausting, and it can really feel like you're just fixing the wrong problem entirely.
And this is exactly how we tend to see it. We're always focused on the external stuff, the symptoms. We see the crumbling walls in our relationships. We feel the bad weather of our own moods. We notice the empty treasure chests where we thought opportunities would be. But what if we're looking in completely the wrong place? What if the real problem isn't out there at all? What if it's internal, a cracked, foggy, or just plain distorted mirror of how we see ourselves?
So let's really unpack that. Section 1, Life's Cracked Mirror. We're going to explore exactly why trying to fix everything on the outside just doesn't work for the long haul. Think about your life as this grand, sprawling kingdom. It's yours to rule. Now, most of us, when we see a problem, a crack in the wall, a storm on the horizon, we run outside to try and fix the kingdom. But this principle says, hey, that's a total waste of your energy. The true source of your reality, the command center for everything that happens, it's the mirror inside your castle. It's your deep-seated core perception of yourself. All right, so if fixing the kingdom from the outside is basically a fool's errand, then what's the secret? What are we supposed to do? Well, this leads us right to the heart of it all, unveiling the mirror principle. And here it is, the mirror principle. It's the simple but, man, profound truth that your outer world is a direct one-to-one reflection of your inner world. It's not just influenced by it, it is a reflection. Whatever you genuinely deep down in your bones believe and feel about yourself is exactly what the world is going to show back to you. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? If you truly see yourself as worthy, as capable, as strong, the world just kind of responds with opportunities and respect. But if you secretly see yourself with a lot of doubt and fear, well, your life is going to tend to mirror those challenges right back at you. And get this isn't some mystical, out there idea. It's literally grounded in science. Our brains have this incredible ability, it's called neuroplasticity. And what it means is that every single time you have a thought, you strengthen a pathway in your brain. Think of it like walking through a tall field of grass. The first time, it's tough, right? But if you walk that same path every single day, you create this clear, easy-to-follow trail. The exact same thing happens in your brain. And the crucial part is, you get to choose which paths to walk down. You get to choose which thoughts you reinforce. So if we can literally carve new paths in our brain, how do we even begin? Well, we can start with a really powerful metaphor for changing our self-image, crowning your inner king. This is all about consciously adopting a new identity, one that's rooted in power and dignity. Now, it is so important to be clear here. When we say king, we are not talking about arrogance. This has nothing to do with dominating other people or being a tyrant. Nope. It's about embodying a sense of inner dignity, a quiet strength, and taking full 100% responsibility for your own life, for your own kingdom. And look at these qualities here. This is what we're talking about. A humble king owns their dignity. They lead with wisdom. They actually listen. They're resilient, they're purposeful, and notice that last point, they attract respect, they don't demand it. See the difference? This is all about becoming the calm, centered, respected ruler of your own mind and your own choices. Okay, so theory is great, but action is everything. How do we actually do this? Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the action plan for building your kingdom and making this inner transformation totally real. It really boils down to these 4 foundational steps. First, you got to reflect honestly. Take a hard look in that mental mirror. What do you really see right now? Be honest. Second, reframe your self-talk. This is like polishing the mirror. Third, visualize your throne. Actually see yourself as that calm, confident leader. And fourth, and this is where the magic really happens, act as if. Start making choices that a person with this new identity would actually make. And to help you do that every day, here's your toolkit. And look, these aren't complicated things. Simple practices like meditation, visualization, and using affirmations, that's just training your brain, carving those new paths.
Gratitude shifts your focus to what's already good in your kingdom. And action alignment? That just means making sure your behaviors match up with who you're deciding to be. These are the real tools you use to build.
And now we've got to talk about a super critical step. And honestly, it's the one where most people stumble and give up. It's about developing the patience of a ruler and really understanding that there is a natural time lag when you're making these kinds of deep changes.
This timeline is so important to understand. You plant the seed on day 1, you commit. But then there's this lag period. For weeks, maybe even a couple of months, you might be doing all the right inner work, but the outer mirror, it hasn't caught up yet. This is totally normal. This is the period where your consistency is everything. You have to keep going until you get to the harvest, when your new reality finally starts to click and reflect your new inner state. I absolutely love this simple metaphor. Just imagine you're smiling into a mirror that's still showing you yesterday's frown. It feels weird at first, right? But if you just persist in that inner smile, if you genuinely cultivate those feelings of worthiness and dignity inside, eventually the reflection has no choice. It has to smile back. And that really brings us to the main takeaway. This quote just says it all. The mirror of your reality, it's always giving you perfectly accurate feedback about what's going on inside you. It never, ever lies. But, and this is the most empowering part, that mirror is yours. You have the power to clean it, to polish it, and to decide what reflection you want to see. Ultimately, this is what it all comes down to, right? You are the ruler of your inner world. You are the one who holds the power to shape the reflection you see every single day. So the only real question left is, what will your reflection show?